Hello, welcome back to day 25. Today's practice is going to be forward fold or Uttanasana. Forward fold is very popular in all yoga classes, great for opening the backs of the legs, the spine, and the back of the body, and really just want to make sure that you practice really good alignment, good posture for your body so we're not overstraining our low back. Our low back is meant to round, absolutely, but where the dangers can happen is when we rise up and we're using all that pressure on your low back. So we're going to go through some different options today. Let's get started. Probably a great idea to do a little warm up before your pose practices, especially in forward fold. So let's do a few nice arriving breaths. Arms out to the side. Take a nice inhale, palms overhead, nice big stretch. Exhale, lowering. Let's add the head as you inhale, raise, look up towards the hands. As you exhale, lower your chin to your chest. Continuing as you allow yourself to arrive to your one pose practice today. Let everything else outside go. Let's do one more time. As you draw the palms overhead next, exhale your palms together and down. All right, let's release the arms by the side. Take a nice couple of shoulder circles and change, go the other direction. And let's just roll the shoulders and arms open. Relax the arms by your side. And then we'll just do a few nice little elephant twists, I call these. Taking the arms, or the legs, not the arms, slightly wide, toes turned out, just about shoulder width distance. It'll start to turn the shoulders and the chest side to side and let your arms just flap loosely by your sides like they're elephant trunks, slapping your body. The head can just follow, gazing out at your room, or keep the head looking forward. Nice smooth breaths in through the nose, smooth breaths out through the mouth. All right, let's add on to this. Make soft fists, tap opposite shoulder, anywhere behind the back or the hips, starting to wake up the body. Let's do two more each side. Last one, and let the body unwind. Okay, let's come back to center. So, something a teacher of mine taught me, Baxter Bell, you like to think about maybe calling this figure four or fig leaf pose. So imagine you're trying to be discreet and we don't want to expose anything. So when you think about your forward fold, bending the knees, bend at your hips, allow your spine to be nice and neutral as you fold forward. So let's practice that together. Take your hands on your hips. So maybe we start. One hand just right in the front of the pelvis. So one hand behind the pelvis, right? Maybe pointing down to the tailbone. Imagine like you're being discreet. Bend your knees. Bend at your hips. Let your chest fold forward. Come forward. Bring your hands onto your knees. Now draw your shoulders back. So the knees are bent. Notice whatever sensation you're feeling at the back of the legs. You're keeping your gaze just slightly downward on the mat. And then let's press into the knees and the feet. Come on up to standing. Use the legs to help rise back up to standing. So a couple options in terms of props. Props really help to raise up the floor so that we're not trying to overstretch. So great prop to start with is the chair, facing the seat of the chair. So if you have a chair about, maybe grab it. Let's practice together forward fold using the chair. I swear most everybody can feel something when you practice with the chair. So you face forward in your mountain pose. Your feet are hip distance, your toes are facing forward. You're facing the chair. Try that four-leaf figure fold. Four-leaf, what am I trying to say? Fig leaf forward fold. Say that 4 times really fast. Bend the knees, bend your hips. Bring your hands onto your chair seat. So either holding the sides of the chair, if you have arms to your chair, bring them right under the shoulders. Walk your feet a little bit back so they're right under your hips. Now keep the knees just slightly bent. Feel the shoulders rolling back away from the neck. Now you can press into the feet, start to straighten the legs. Let's bend the knees towards the chair and straighten. Let's do that a few times. We're basically opening up the backs of your legs, giving them a little bit of nice warm up and mobility. Dynamic poses like this help to open up the body, increase mobility, where static poses that you hold will increase flexibility. All right, now coming to where you feel like your legs can be as straight as they can be without hunching your upper back. So if you feel like your upper back's hunching, bend the knees, draw your shoulders back. Think of your chest opening up towards the chair seat. And as you straighten, hinging at your hips, you can bend your elbows back towards your body and start to let the chest float towards the chair seat, just to where you can stop, feeling nice and elongated spine. I'm thinking about my tailbone starting to roll up towards the ceiling. Pause and hold there. Something I failed to mention, keep breathing. You can also use blocks on your chair to raise up a little bit higher. Now gazing forward, let's bend the knees, press into the feet, come to rise, and roll the shoulders back. Take a few shoulder circles. All right, so we can continue practicing with the chair, just as an example, just watching here. So if you really have nice open backs of your legs and your spine is nice and long, you can always walk your hands down the chair legs. A good way to rest using the chair. You can bring a block or two, right, depending on the height. And when you come to your forward fold, so we can hold the pose statically, bring your forearms to, see, I'm going to even raise my blocks a little bit higher and let my forehead rest. So let's try that together. If you have one or two blocks, a chair, and then we'll show you the next version of forward fold. All right, standing in front of your chair. Have your blocks there. You can adjust as we get down there. Do that big leaf forward fold. I'm never going to get it. Bend the knees, bend the hips. Hands come to your chair seat. Shoulders roll back. You can straighten the legs as much as they want to go. Allow the elbows to bend back as your chest floats towards the chair seat. And then where you feel your legs want to stop that stretch until the spine starts to want to round, adjust your blocks. So you can bring the forehead to the blocks, either palms on the chair, shoulders relaxed, or perhaps forearms. Still thinking of that tailbone rising as you hinge at your hips. You can close the eyes or soften the gaze. So forward folds are thought to be calming poses as you draw the body towards itself. In this case, like the belly towards the thighs. And as we rest our forehead on something, that's also a nice calming feature. Let's stay here in your nice forward fold. Notice the feet. Are you pressing more into the outer blades or inner blades of the feet? Can you even across the bottom of the foot? Notice where you're feeling that sensation of stretch. We'll take two more here. When you're ready, take your hands to the chair. Soften the knees a little bit. Press the arms long. Look over the chair back or towards it to allow the blood to come back into the body. Bend the knees and rise up to standing. Okay, that's forward fold using the chair. Honestly, really great practice. I've always had lifelong tight hamstrings, tight calves, so the chair is a great practice for me. If you want to use the blocks, you can bring the blocks just out in front of your feet. And this is just generally good for when you have yoga class. Have your blocks to help lift the floor a little bit higher in front of you. So remember now, lots of times in yoga practice, we can start together in your mountain pose. I'm standing to the side just so you can see me. We'll take a nice inhale as you reach the arms up. Pause there in upward facing pose and breathe. Now think about, you can take the arms wide to the side is what I like. Sometimes you can bring the palms together, the center of the chest. You're going to bend your knees, bend your hip creases, bring your chest forward towards the blocks, and find your blocks. Now, keeping the spine still nice and long, shoulders drawing back away from the neck. So my knees are bent quite a bit. You can keep the knees bent or start to straighten the legs, press your hands gently into the blocks, and pause. You're gazing down at your mat. Feel the feet, again, pressing evenly through big toe mound, baby toe mound, at the center of your heel. Gazing down, nice long spine. Take another 2 nice full breaths. And then we're going to bend the knees a lot. Let your belly come to your thighs, fingertips to the floor. As long as you don't suffer any vertigo or get dizzy easily. If you do, stay where you were with the blocks or the chair. Otherwise, allow the crown of the head to release to the floor, shoulders relaxed. Nod the head yes. Turn the head softly side to side. Keeping the fingertips on the floor, just testing. Feel if you can start to straighten the legs. Notice the shoulders now roll back away from the neck. Press evenly through the feet, gazing through the legs. Wherever you're at, you can keep the knees bent. And then lift the head, raise and look forward on your mat. Walk your hands back up to the blocks. Come into a half fold. You're rolling the shoulders back, pressing through the heels. If your fingertips can touch the mat, that's perfectly fine. I like to use blocks myself just to make sure I'm keeping a nice long spine. And then we're going to soften the knees. Come to standing. Inhale, palms overhead. Exhale, palms together and down. I hope all that made sense. I know we covered a lot there. Remember, props are your friends. Use the chair, raise the floor, allow your body to slowly come into the pose and open up. All right. I thank you for joining our practice today. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.